Another year, another MotoGP game from Milestone. If you're like me, you probably have a bit of a Groundhog's Day feeling every April. You open the game, see the familiar menus, and wonder, is this actually a new experience, or did I just pay for a roster update? I've really sunk some hours into MotoGP 26 to see if this year's entry finally breaks the cycle. Let's get into what actually matters. How the bikes feel, what's changed in career mode, and bottom line, if this is worth your money. First, the biggest tweak, rider-based handling. This is something subtle but important here. In past games, the feeling was all about guiding the bike, while the rider just sort of came along for the ride. Now, Milestone wants you to focus on shifting the rider's weight, and your movement affects how the bike responds. It doesn't sound huge on paper, but out on the track, the whole thing feels more alive. It's more of the same in a lot of ways, but even they'll admit the new riding physics are a clear step forward. If you're a sim veteran, the pro mode definitely feels more realistic, more rewarding too once you get into the rhythm. Don't stress if you're new though. The arcade mode is smoother this year, so you can hit those 300 km/h turns without having a meltdown. Now, about career mode. This is where things get a little complicated. On the plus side, there are some cool distractions. The new race-off challenges, Motard, Flat Track, and production bike events are a nice break from the usual Grand Prix grind. The paddock chatter and transfer system are back, and the social media touches help make the world feel lived in. But there's the flip side. The career mode feels stagnant. If you were hoping for a total overhaul, you're out of luck. The engine sound is better, but the overall vibe, honestly, it's pretty much unchanged. If you played last year's game to death, this is going to feel way too familiar. And visuals, they're kind of a mixed bag. Racing looks incredible, the bikes are gorgeous, and the updated photo mode is great for showing off those shots. But as soon as the helmets come off, yikes! The character models haven't aged well, and podium scenes are just a rerun from past years. And the commentary? Same lines delivered the same way. It feels like the bikes got all the attention, while everything else was left behind. Still, it's the most authentic MotoGP experience you can buy right now. You get all the official teams and tracks, and that adrenaline rush you just can't fake. So, should you buy it? If you haven't picked up a MotoGP game in a while, let's say 2 or 3 years, this one is the one to grab. The handling alone makes it the sharpest, most realistic racing sim on 2 wheels. But if you already own the game from the past year, it gets trickier. You're looking at better physics and a few new race-off events, but not much else that feels brand new. It's polished, but it doesn't exactly push the series forward. Do you think these new physics are enough to get you to upgrade? Drop your thoughts in the comments.